Hello, my name is Nathalie Sasser, and today we're going to be talking about the motions of tides. You may ask yourself, what is a tide? A tide is a regular rise and fall of ocean water. There are many forces that contribute to tides. These are called tidal constituents. An Earth rotation is a part of a tidal constituent. The sun is a part of a tidal constituent, and the moon gravitational pull is a part of the tidal constituents. The greatest one on creating tides is the moon. This is because the moon is closer to the earth than the sun, and because of that, its gravitational pull is stronger, creating tides. There are two different types of tides, high tide and low tide. High tides begin when the earth is facing the moon and a bulge occurs on the side facing the moon. This is the moon's direct tidal force pulling the ocean towards it. This bulge is high tide. The second one would be low tide. While one tide is facing the moon and another one is facing it the opposite away from these tides, between those two high tides are areas of lower water levels. These are called low tides. The flow of water from high tide to low tide is also called an ebb tide. Most tides are semi-diurnal, which means they take place twice a day. For example, when an area covered by an ocean faces the moon's gravitational force on the water causes a high tide. As the earth rotates, that area moves away from the moon and the tide ebbs, creating a lower tide. This begins in a 24-hour cycle, and it begins and again every single day. Some historical perspectives to take into consideration is in 1687, Newton explained that ocean tides result from gravitational attraction of the sun and the moon, which this is true, as we learned. Newton's law of universal gravitation has stated that gravitational attraction between two bodies is directly proportional to the mass, basically meaning the greater the mass of the objects, the closer they are to each other, the greater the attraction between them. We can see this between the Earth and the Moon, as as the Moon is closer to the Earth, we see that greater gravitational pull, creating high tides. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you.